Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Also presented by Great Southern Bank. Great Southern Bank with more than 100 locations in 6 states. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Member FDIC. We go north to Meadville High School, home of the Class 1 defending state champions, and head coach Steve Carvajal. Coach Carvajal, thanks so much for your time this morning.
Thanks for having us.
Off to a great start, 13-0. Kind of tell us about the season up to this point. I know you had a real tough one on Saturday against South Shelby, it was state ranked, coming in on a tournament championship.
Well, it's been a little different this year. We're not near as deep as we were last year, but we've had some really quality wins. We're not so much defensively full court like we were before, just sporadically at times that we still get after it on defense. We only play really six and a half people most of the time, but we've had some nice wins this year. We've beaten a very solid Higbee team who will eventually make their way into the rankings. A very good Father Tolton team, young, huge Father Tolton team, which you'll hear things about in the future. They had 4 girls that were over 6 feet tall, and we played them there at Missouri, which was that was a lot of fun. Of course, we had big wins last week versus, I think, Salisbury, and then, of course, South Shelby, the championship game. And I'm leaving somebody else out, and St. Joe Christian, who will be a team ranked in the top 10, really nice team, couple of good guards, and number 1 softball player in the United States, which is really pretty cool because kind of playing a celebrity, and she is committed at OU. So we've had some challenges. People keep asking me, and you and I had talked a couple months ago, are we as good as we were last year? And I think we're better from the fact that the 3 All-Staters coming back, but the 2 girls, Kinley and Lexi, really stepped in. We just don't have any depth, and so that makes us do some things differently. But defensively, we're salty, and offensively, we shoot the ball well and run the floor. But we've kind of gotten through the thick part of our schedule. That Salisbury tournament is an animal. It really is for small schools, and we've got some tough conference games coming up. And of course, everybody always points to that LeBlanc game. I think they're 12 or 13-2 right now, and they've had 1 loss against Chillicothe, who is a special group as well. And then we're still in the process of adding Northwest Hughesville, who is still undefeated at the time and would have been Class 1, because I remember last year, I know I'm rambling, but you and I talked about how good Class 1 was last year, and I think it would have been better this year had they not been a little bit of adjustment in the enrollments with like Northwest Hughesville going up, and of course Cairo coming down. So it's been a good year, and I think we're a solid team, but we'll find out more in the next few weeks.
Well, you're going to be lucky if you could play it all this week with the weather coming in. I know teams down here in Southwest Missouri are moving tournament games around and things of that nature, and you're likely to get more than what we're scheduled to get. But we'll know more of that by the time this airs. But, Coach, you've got your 5 starters there alongside, and we'll start with a couple of the seniors, Corey and Paige, and we'll start with Corey. Corey, tell us a little bit about what position you play and what your roles and responsibilities are on the team.
I'm a senior, so I'm a captain. I help lead this team with Paige. Just make sure our girls are staying positive and doing their role. I would say I'm a shooter, but I'm kind of in a slump. So I've had to drive a lot the last few games. But yeah, that's my role.
She's leading the state of Missouri. Last year it was Paige. Well, this year it's Corey. She's hit 73 so far in the 13 games, and according to whatever stat you look at, she's still leading the state of Missouri. She has struggled lately, but most people would like to struggle like Corey does.
Corey, and you don't have to tell me, you don't have to answer this, but other than yes or no, but do you have a favorite spot on the floor?
No, it doesn't matter.
In the gym?
Yeah, just behind the line, behind the 3-point line. Yeah. That works. Coming into this season, were there games that you were really looking forward to playing?
South Shelby again. It was a good matchup last year, and I knew they were going to be good this year. We're a different team than we were last year. I think we're still just as good, but it's definitely different. So I was excited to see if we could beat them again. It's always a good matchup when you play a good school. In Cairo, if we get there, I'm excited to play them. But other than that, not really.
Coming into this season, did you have any personal or team goals? Obviously, coming off of a state championship, that would probably be a goal to get back and do that again.
Yeah, it would be nice. That's our main goal, is to get back. It would be really cool and really lucky for us to get there.
What do you do in preparation? How do you get prepared for a game? Let's say you're playing, I think you've got Baviera, I think, tomorrow night. What are you doing throughout the day to kind of get mentally and physically prepared?
I don't do much. I watch film.
We watch a ton. We watch a ton of film.
We scout, but I don't really have anything that I have to do on game days. Like I wake up, whatever time, 10 probably, eat, and then come and watch film, and just we scheduled good games so we could get ready for the end of the season. You can't simulate the atmosphere in big games like South Shelby. Playing them really helps. So when we're up by 10 and have to hold the ball at the end, so just stuff like that.
All right, very good. Well, hey, congratulations on the season up to this point, and best of luck as you go forward.
Thank you.
All right. Next we have Paige. Paige, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Kind of tell me a little bit about what your roles and responsibilities are on the team and the position that you play.
Well, like Corey said, we're the senior captain, so we do our best to keep our little girls positive and prepared for the games. My role myself is I'm a shooting guard, so I really have the green light. I shoot whenever, and I've been shooting pretty good recently, so I haven't had to drive like Corey, but yeah, my role is to shoot and play good help defense.
Do you have a favorite spot on the floor?
This might sound bad, but I do like the corner threes. And, top of the key is the best shot, but one of those two.
And what do you do to kind of get prepared for a game? Like tomorrow you're playing Baviera. What do you kind of get prepared mentally and physically?
I get very nervous. Probably just like my dad. I get extremely nervous, can't eat. So I do a lot of film watching, a lot of praying. I get very nervous. But nothing like have to eat the same food or anything like that. I'm not like that. So.
They're not as superstitious as their coach. And you remember Paige, her workout's a little different because you remember she tore her ligaments in that semifinal game last year, and then played on that the next day. And it's been an 8-month injury. She's just now kind of got the green light. We've been really careful with her the first 2 months of the season. So what she left out is there's lots of stretching things she has to do. We have to ice constantly, and she is just now back to. Matter of fact, this last week's the first time she hasn't had pain in 9 months.
Wow. Well, that's tough. But are you more nervous before a game or right now doing an interview?
I'm definitely more nervous for a game, but these are pretty nerve-wracking too.
Did you have any games coming into this season that you were looking particularly forward to as well?
I love the Northwestern tournament because we always play Higbee, and that gym is very tiny, but man, does it get packed and it gets loud. That's the first game of the season where we're really probably tested, and I really enjoy going into that. And then just like Corey said, the South Shelby tournament, Salisbury tournament, that tournament is crazy. So it's really fun to play those bigger schools.
It's a Salisbury tournament, but South Shelby wins it every year. But we've won it the last couple, which is great.
Very good. Paige, if you could go back in time, and knowing what you know now as a senior, if you could go back to that 8th grade, Paige Carvajal, and give her some advice, knowing what you know now, what advice would you give yourself as an 8th grader?
Cherish every moment because you never know when your last game is going to be. Basketball is such a special sport to me. And growing up through the years with my dad coaching, and I've obviously gotten better, but I would probably tell myself to really just soak it all in because I'm a senior this year and it has flown by crazy fast. So definitely just to cherish all the little moments you have with my teammates and my coaches and the crowd that comes to support.
And I will tell you this, the older you get, the faster time goes. It just keeps going fast. But Paige, hey, thank you so much for being part of this, and congratulations for being part of Liuna Labor's Local 663 Team of the Week.
Thank you.
Now I've got 3 sophomores in the room. We'll start with Kinley. Kinley, good morning.
Good morning.
Tell us a little bit about what your roles and responsibilities are on the team.
I just try to rebound as much as I can and defensively help the team. But if I'm open, I try to score, but I don't really like take it upon myself to make myself open and score a bunch.
Has your role changed from last year to this year? Maybe you're getting more playing time, maybe a different position. If it has changed, how has it changed?
They just probably depend on me a little more, like to score a little more and step up my defense and definitely rebound more than last year.
And
You
what do
do some interviews, guys, but if she replaced Kendra, who is our 5'6" post player, and Kinley is now our 5'6" post player. She's really a guard, but she draws the role of guarding the other team's post. And of course, we've seen 6'2", 6'2", 6'1", and 6 foot the last few weeks, and the team that we're going to run into if we make it through the playoffs has a 6'3" center, and that's who she'll be assigned to.
What has been the biggest challenge for that? Is it the size, Kinley, that you're dealing with?
Yes, and just like when they're bigger than me, they're just stronger. So I have to like work hard to stay on top of them and make sure they don't post me up.
Okay, very good. Were there games coming into the season that you were looking particularly forward to?
I really like the Salisbury tournament and like the Northwestern Championship. Just the bigger games are more exciting.
All right, very good. What are the bus rides like?
No talking.
They still talk.
Yeah, we still do talk sometimes, but we're just supposed to get ready for the game and stay focused.
All right. Well, Kinley, congratulations and best of luck, and hopefully we'll get to talk to you or see you play later on in the season.
Thank you.
Next sophomore is Madison. Madison, how are you?
I'm good.
Do you prefer Maddie or Madison?
Either's fine.
Okay. All right. Tell us a little bit about what your role and responsibilities are on the team.
I'm the point guard. I look for my shooters a lot, I guess, and have to remember all the plays, and yeah. That's really it.
All right. Do you have a favorite play? You don't have to tell me what it is, but do you have one?
Yeah, probably one that's ran for me. Probably, yeah.
That's the case typically. I ask quarterbacks all throughout the football season, you have a favorite play, and they all say yes. And do you lobby coach for that play? Are you telling them, hey, let's try this, let's run this?
Sometimes.
All right. What were some games you were looking forward to coming in? So far, everyone said the Salisbury tournament was a big part of your season.
Yeah, I was looking forward to that, but also when we played LeBlanc, that game last year was really exciting. I'm looking forward to playing them again, and I don't know who else. I didn't know we were going to play St. Joe this year, but I was looking forward to that after watching film on them. And the Salisbury tournament, I guess. I don't know.
Very good. Well, Madison, thank you for being part of the show.
Thank you.
And our last victim here is Lexi. Lexi, how are you today?
Good.
Tell the viewers a little bit about what your roles and responsibilities are.
My role is mainly defense. I don't do a lot of scoring for our team, but I definitely try to play good defense and keep the energy up on the court. I'm constantly just screaming, yelling, trying to get my team excited and trying to keep them positive on the court.
Do you draw maybe the toughest assignment usually in a game?
Recently I've been guarding their point guards, so everyone's been helping to me. So it's with my team behind me, it's easier than what it looks, but it's definitely a big step from what I was doing last year.
And how has your role changed from your freshman year to now your sophomore year?
I'm seeing the court a lot more. I'm actually playing. Last year you probably didn't see me on the court past Christmas break. So
okay,
really a lot different.
She has stepped in and filled some big shoes.
Very good. Well, Lexi, congratulations, and can't wait to get some eyeballs on you guys later on in the season. We got to see you play in the state championship game last year. Of course, that's moved now to Columbia, and Class 1 is it's going to be a dogfight. There's a lot of really good teams in Class 1, and obviously Meadville among them. But Coach Carvajal, you've got coming up. You've got a 11-1 La Plata team this week, a 9-2 Green City team. What are your plans like if you could get them in because of the weather?
Right. Well, those are probably the two teams that have a shot at conference this year. And Green City is huge. It's got a bunch of big kids, and La Plata is much improved. We played them last year and beat them pretty bad, but their best player was injured, and she is back this year. But that game is on the road, and I won't have to worry about getting the girls wound up for that one. Then the Green City game is here, and that pretty much will decide conference. You had talked about Class 1 this year. In my opinion, it's loaded. I've never seen it like this. Obviously, we're number one, and probably deservedly so, but that doesn't mean we're number one. You know, Delta is loaded for bear again, and I don't know that anybody's going to play with them. Walnut Grove, everybody healthy, just an absolute load. Chadwick and Max Creek look fantastic. I enjoyed watching Max Creek the other day and watching Addison knock the threes down from everywhere. I'm kind of hoping she might want to be interested in moving. But anyhow, we're going to see, like we've seen St. Joe Christian, who is up there, Higbee is up there, and Cairo is as good as anybody in the state of Missouri, and they have dropped down. They played Tipton yesterday. Of course, it was their fourth game of the week, so they were pretty tired. But and I'm leaving some teams out too. Obviously, South Iron has got a good group back, and there's some other teams that have had great seasons. Appleton City, and I know I'm leaving somebody else out. It's impressive, really. It's going to be a dogfight just to get from your district to the sectional game.
Yes, it will. There's a lot of games in between now, and hopefully, weather-wise, you guys can get them in and stay safe up there. I know you guys are expected maybe as much as a foot of snow, and it would be nice. It's therapeutic. I enjoy watching snow, but I also enjoy watching basketball. So let's see if we can mix it up a little bit. But ladies, thank you so much for being part. I know you guys have got to get off to practice, and Coach, thanks so much for setting this up.
Yeah, thanks for having us again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're watching the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage, and we'll be back after these messages.
Imagine a bank that goes where you go, creating seamless solutions for every step in your financial journey, allowing you to manage your money the way you want to, with a banking relationship that makes every day extraordinary. Imagine a world full of possibilities, always within reach. Central Bank. We do banking better.
The Walnut Street Inn is located in the heart of Springfield on historic Walnut Street, just blocks away from the Missouri State Campus, Hammonds Field, Great Southern Arena, and downtown Springfield. The Walnut Street Inn features newly remodeled rooms, breakfast served daily, and a friendly, accommodating staff. The Walnut Street Inn is also a great venue for private events. Book your stay or get more information at walnutstreetinn.com or call 417-864-6346.